So it's about 20 after 5 in the morning. We had a lovely night. Got a little moonrise back here coming up just before the sun does. It was a little breezy. I had a lean-to set up and it cut some of the breeze, but it was kind of coming underneath and around the edges, so I had to pull my sleeping bag over my face and breathe through a little hole because the breeze kept waking me up. But it wasn't too very cold, so it was nice. All we got for noise in the middle of the night was the stream just below us and occasional frogs. And spent a long time in bed. Laid down just after 5 and got up about 4:30 this morning and cooked up some breakfast. And I'm gonna start walking, but really slow, because once you get down to the creek, the footing's treacherous, and I want to make sure I've got enough light to see. But it was a very pleasant night under the stars. My first time kind of cowboy camping with a windbreak. It was very interesting. So I think for the drafts and the wind, I'm looking forward to getting a little nylon bivvy, ultralight one, just to put around me and keep the breeze from blowing over my face. And then that'll take care of the bugs too, because I usually have a bug net up toward the top. Okay, well, let's get back down the creek and back to Christie this morning. And things always look different going back the other way, so we'll take some video and log our journey. Little bit of actual trail left over. Enjoy your 1 to 2 minutes of trail, and we'll be back down the bottom. Well, the problem with trying to follow old trail is there's the old trail. It's really washed out, so I think I'll go back. So I just saw the first 2 hikers I've seen in a while. They were going to Big Bear and Tehachapi respectively. So yeah, I wish I could make that trip. I got a little shorter schedule here, but they were asking about water, and that's reasonable because this is the dry season, but they had heavy rain in October, and then they had rain about 3 weeks ago, so the water sources ought to be better than desperate anyway. So I hopped up on this part of the old trail. So I traveled it yesterday, and it is not a drop-off dead end. I'm getting a little alpenglow. Beautiful. Back to navigating on rocks. We stopped here at the last crossing of Mission Creek, 6 miles to more water at the Whitewater River, and going to finally be back on trail off of these rocks, at least except for the little bit around Whitewater River, but that's not bad. So glad to have made it this far, and a beautiful sunny day. All of the cottonwoods are turning yellow. Just doesn't get much better than this. Okay, nice climb. I climbed up out of the Mission Creek riverbed, switchbacking up. Just a little more to go now before we reach the bridge. Give Christy a call. That's where we came from. And we're headed that way. Found a shady spot here under these bushes on top of the ridge and gave Christy a call. And it looks like she's going to meet up with me at Whitewater Preserve about 2 o'clock. And I'm about 6 miles out at this point. So I should be rolling in there between 1:30 and 2. And it is exposed up on this ridge. The shade here feels good. And the views are incredible, as I've shared with you. Okay, well now it's down from here and then back up a bit and then down, back down into Whitewater River. There's where we're headed. We'll soon be down there on the trail that goes along the side of the canyon, and it cuts through a draw back over to Whitewater. And from here you can see that trail then goes through the cut and winds up that little pass there and over into the valley. Won't be long now. ran into a sponsored hike group back there. There were 2 guides and probably 12 hikers, and they started at the Stone House, which is at the next preserve up from Whitewater at the mouth of Mission Creek, and they hiked to here, and it looked like they were still having fun, so that's good. Anyway, it's good to see folks out. See the oasis in the distance. It's that clump of sycamores and a little palm out in front. Those big rock formations. Very often the rangers will have a telescope out and they'll be spotting bighorn sheep on the side of those mountains. It's very impressive when you see them because they can cling to the side of next to nothing. Okay, 1 o'clock, half a mile to the preserve. It's good once in a while to stand in the middle of this and understand that that cut bank, that high cut bank over there, was made by the water that flowed down here. And that big pile of gravel, actually they're boulders, is stacked up over there and cut out. That was all made by the water that flowed through here. It's just, it's an immense amount of water carrying all these boulders and logs, and it is a force of nature, I tell you. It's 1:30 and we made it back to the Whitewater Preserve, and it's still raining cottonwood and sycamore leaves. It's just beautiful here. So Christy should be here in just a little bit. Go home and have a nice dinner and a nice evening back in my own bed. But it was a great adventure cowboy camping. Just set up enough necessary tarp to stop the leaves from pelting me, or stop the wind, kind of stop the wind from blowing over me. Made me think about the future, and I got to see some beautiful trail. I haven't been back over that section going up to Whitewater in some time, so it was great. Hey, thanks for hiking with me, and remember, we're doing the impossible. That makes us mighty.